Welcome back to Team O'Neill. I'm Wyatt Knox. Today we're going to be driving this 2023 Audi RS3, which has me very excited because if you didn't know, I'm an Audi lover from way back. I had 13 Audis the last time I counted, and this Audi RS3 with the 5-cylinder inline motor and quattro all-wheel drive can loosely trace its lineage back to the 5-cylinder Audi rally cars of yore. So 2023 Audi RS3, 400 horsepower. It's got a sequential 7-speed transmission. It's gonna be amazing. We're here today to ask the only question that really matters. Will it rally? All right, so 2023 Audi RS3. We have pulled the fuse for the ABS and the stability control. So ABS is off, stability control is off. I've got the display here in the RS performance setting. The suspension, you can choose comfortable or sport. I put it in comfortable because this thing is already stiff, and on the snow and ice, we want to soften it up as much as we can. And also the steering, you can go comfortable, balanced, or sport. I put it in balanced. I don't really know. I just picked that as the medium setting, and that way I can adjust either way if I need to. And the ESC is in sport, but we've got it disconnected. The fuse is out and the dash is lit up like a Christmas tree. So there we go, 7-speed auto. We've got the finger paddles. We don't have the option of a manual little shifty stick, but that's okay. Let's see what it does. First gear, second gear. All right, so I confessed my love for Audis already, but the thing you do need to know about Audis is, boy, they can understeer. And I think everybody knows that. The torque split and everything else on most Audis, as well as just the chassis design. This is built on the same platform that the Volkswagen Group uses for like 20 different vehicles. It's the same as the Golf, it's the same as the Tiguan. So, you know, is the chassis designed for performance driving? No, not at all. It's designed to be modular, to have a bunch of different vehicles made out of it. One of the things, you know, that they did to make this car a little more performance-y and get rid of some of the understeer is they put wider tires on the front than they put on the back from the factory, just to try and make it understeer a little bit less. I'm in this performance mode, and honestly, for driving around in a circle, I think I'm gonna switch to the RS torque rear mode. Don't use it on public roads, I won't. Okay, torque rear, yeah, let's try that. I need to see if it even works, because with the ESC fuse deactivated, I gotta make sure that the wheel speed sensors and the whole system's doing its thing. Manual will go to second and go. Yeah, that's a lot more rear drivey. So we're in this torque rear mode, which is Audi speak for drift mode. So you know how the all-wheel drive system on this works. It's a front wheel drive car. It can send up to 50% of the torque to the rear, which is great. And then what goes to the rear, it can send up to 100% to one or the other rear tires. Most of the time it's pretty even with the wheel straight, but when you turn, it tends to overdrive that outside rear tire in order to initiate a drift if you want, but also it just affects the way that it handles on pavement. Out here on the snow and ice, that means it's pretty fun, like we're sliding around a lot, but we're not actually going very fast. It's important to remember that quattro means different things in different vehicles, right? The cars with the longitudinal engines still have mechanical all-wheel drive systems, and the cars with lateral engines have these electronic all-wheel drive systems. All-wheel drive currently unavailable. Please adapt to driving style. We may have just killed the all-wheel drive. We're gonna find out here. Oh yeah, we are now front wheel drive. Suspension malfunction. All right. So I got about 3 or 4 minutes of fun out of it. And then, yeah, now we are front wheel drive only. I'm gonna put the fuse back in for the ABS and the stability control and see, and we'll go from there. I don't really know what's going on. All right, we're back. It hated having the fuse pulled. We got away with it for a few minutes, but we lost all-wheel drive, essentially, and this became a front-wheel drive car. Also with only front brake, oddly enough. So we're back with the fuse in, so we have ABS, but we're in RS performance mode with ESC off. So let's see what it does. Second gear, lift and turn. Ah yes, so it's an Audi. It understeers. It's what it does, but that's, I want to say, part of the charm, because once you know how to drive and you know how to cure understeer and turn that into oversteer, it's a really satisfying way to drive. Yeah, so it's fun to drive. It's pretty easy to drive. It doesn't understeer all as much as I thought, but what I will say is it's not as quick as it should be. There's a couple of reasons for that. You need to look again at that Quattro electronic drive line that's in this. The front differential is open, so you have one-wheel drive, and it's got this simulated torque splitting thing. All it is if one tire spins, it gets the brake applied to it in the hopes that it sends power to the other side through the regular mechanical open differential. So it's like spin, brake, spin, brake, spin, brake, and it slows you down. It's kind of like trying to run with your shoes tied together. It's not a great feeling. It's also transferring weight a little bit weirdly when that happens, but it is what it is. All right, so last thoughts with the Hotlap. I did find this RS individual, which is a little bit more adjustable. The RS, the torque splitter, which is the torque vectoring in rear, I'm putting in sport. Drive, I'll have in sport. Suspension, I have all the way over to comfortable to try and soften it up because we have no grip. Steering balanced because I don't care. Engine quiet, so I can hear the tires a little bit better and what's going on, and it's just kind of loud. ESC says on, that's okay. I'm gonna go home and then now turn the ESC all the way off by holding it. Now I have stability control off. So I'm going to try that, but I will leave this on this screen, and if I don't like it, I'm gonna switch back to RS Performance, because again, I haven't tested it with any of those settings, but it's pretty similar. All right, I am ready when anyone else is ready. If we're cleared hot, we'll do the countdown and launch.
5,
4, 3, 2, 1, go, 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 go. Okay, so spins all 4 tires pretty easily. We're up in a third. We don't need to be there. Back to second. Let's just focus on being smooth and being quick. Get it turned through here. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the amount that you can get it to drive the rear is really good in this mode. I don't miss that torque rear mode at all. You know, you might need that torque rear, you know, on pavement in order to try and drift it or something like that. But on this stuff, it's just not necessary. You can get plenty of just understeer. There's kind of terminal. Back to second, back to third. Yeah, it's understeering, and then it's oversteering. Tricky to handle, because yeah, on the way in, if you've got that big time understeer, there's not a lot you can do except for lift and turn and kind of brake a little and be patient, which nobody likes to do. Nobody likes to do when you're trying to drive fast. Up the hill. Let's focus. Back down to second. Get it in tight on the right front. Ride it out up the hill. We're gonna try and get a little throttle induced. Pendulum back to the left. 10 out of 10 will take that all day long. Go, 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 go to third gear. Yeah, see, that's where I want this thing to bite in and go there. You know, I'm on the throttle in a Quattro. I want it to take off. Stay there and then tuck the right front. Yeah. Big time good. Very good. Happy. Third gear. Get it turned in nice and very through here. Keeping it tight. And then up ahead is our first kind of big braking challenge. I'm braking already, back down to second. Yeah, I'm braking again. And I'm gonna go ahead down to first and just get through this. Yep. Very slippery there down the hill. And again, with the ABS in this thing, I've got to brake now. and keep braking and keep braking and keep braking. Yep, not good, not good, not good. Down the first, massive understeer. Second gear, go. Third gear, go. Down the hill. Yeah, I'm not going any faster than this, sorry. Because I gotta brake after this and can't kill everybody. That's the finish. So full brake now. This is full brake, 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 full brake. So like that's the kind of braking that you're up against. All right, so the 2023 Audi RS3 did the lap in 2:39.45, which is slightly faster than the all-wheel drive Mini Cooper Countryman. I will say that this lap was extra slippery as well, which is of course not helped by the fact that this has non-studded Pirelli P0, very low profile tires on very big wheels, and it's very stiff suspension, and it's a very sporty little car. We left some time on the table, I'm sure, because we're driving with ABS on, and again because of the tires. And if we really wanted to, you know, make an Audi RS3 rally car, we'd go smaller brakes, smaller wheels, bigger tires, meaner studs, all kinds of stuff there, and get the ABS off, get a handbrake in it, and this thing would be a rocket ship out here. So thank you as always for watching. If you're into these kinds of videos, consider liking, subscribing, check out Team O'Neill at teamo'neill.com. We run rally driving courses and winter driving courses and pavement driving courses and off-road driving courses and drifting classes, and basically anything you want to do with cars that's a little sporty and unusual. Team O'Neill has got it going on, so check it out. We've got a course for you. We hope to see you up here. Until then, be safe, have fun, and we'll catch you next time.